This is Jeremy Sports Network coming to you live. We back for another show, immediate reaction following the Cleveland versus Golden State game 4, where we thought Golden State was going to make history on tonight, but they definitely came up short and the King prevailed. Uh, we have a very special guest on the show today, all the way from what are you, Tallahassee, Florida, right?
Yes.
All the way from Tallahassee, Florida. We got my family on the show. Uh, this is something that's intriguing because tonight was a night that we thought that Golden State was going to make history. We thought that they was going to win it in Cleveland. Draymond said he wanted to win it in Cleveland on tonight. Everybody thought it was going to be a sweep. I definitely thought it was going to be a sweep. And definitely one of the main things that took place tonight was, I don't know if it was more so the referees that kind of played a huge factor in this game, but LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, those two played a hell of a basketball game. LeBron James with another triple double. We're going to go through the numbers. We're going to go over the stat line and everything. But as far as immediate reaction, Parrish, I want you to give your immediate reaction to what it is you felt has just happened on tonight.
Well, honestly, Jeremy, I want to say first, man, thank you for inviting me to the show, man. Um,
Oh, absolutely.
Tonight kind of shocked me, man. We came out with with the intensity. We talked about it in the post game last night with Stephon, Draymond, and Kevin Durant about keeping our potential and our poise in Game 4, man. We really want to close it out tonight. So they kind of disappointed me on that level. Now I will say that the people may criticize this, but I may say that the refs may or may favor with the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. I saw a lot of the calls, even the flagrant foul on Draymond Green. Um, Early in the game, I really feel like that wasn't a flagrant foul. But a lot of calls didn't go on the Warriors' way, and I kind of felt like they kind of lost their swag tonight. I don't know if they got their heads just too overwhelmed with the moment, or I don't know. But it's kind of hard to explain them. I'm still kind of shaking up right now, Jeremy.
You still kind of shaking up about it? Well, what it is, um, it's a few things that took place on tonight. When you talk about the game on tonight in particular, the one thing that stood out to me most was not more so the officiating, but I believe that it was more so Cleveland getting off to an early run and an early start and an early jump on the game, and it forced Golden State to come out of what it is that they do best, getting the ball in transition, like where they're most effective is getting off in transition off of fast breaks. But we seen tonight Cleveland was knocking down shots, and so therefore Golden State wasn't able to get off in transition to be able to get their offense flowing like you are accustomed to seeing it flowing, right? So since that didn't happen, and you had Golden State doing playing catch up, I mean, come on. Cleveland dropped 49 in the first quarter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
This, yeah,
by halftime, I believe they almost had like almost what, 82 something,
yeah.
almost
Over
80
82
something
points
points.
by halftime, man. It was a record, I think.
So so when they was balling like that, and you having to have an uphill battle the way that Golden State did, you have to give more so credit to Cleveland on what it was that Cleveland did tonight, more so than Golden State did tonight. There was some questionable calls amongst the game. We know with the Draymond call when everybody felt as though Draymond had received his second tech and he was out the game, kicked out of the game, but the original tech was called on Steve Kerr, which kept Draymond in the game. Um, so you had a few questions there. Then you had a few questions on what was a flagrant foul, what wasn't a flagrant foul. Like you had a flagrant foul call and you didn't have the flagrant foul from Draymond Green on Tristan Thompson. You know, so it was it was a whole lot that played into this game on tonight. But hands down, you don't feel as though Cleveland did the necessary things in order for them to win at home?
Well, I have to admit, they played real good defense. They came out striking. Kyrie, man, was shooting threes. He was the last three games he has been fairly inconsistent in the 3 point range himself, but he was more like himself today. Playing a lot of one on man ISO. I kind of felt like a lot of times that who was guarding Clay Thompson could have played a little bit harder, maybe double team Kyrie, before things got out of hand. Because in the beginning you could tell that fairly he was unstoppable. Maybe triple team or double team. It's things we could have done to. I think we could have done to eliminate that big run he got on. But I will say that I will give it to Cleveland. I'm not gonna be a hater towards it. They played a real good game tonight. But I do believe that Steph Curry, they just got out of their zone today. And like you said, they hit him hard early. And see, the key to being the Golden State is that they beat their flow or to follow their flow. And they got in there and they shot threes and what that does is that put the pressure on Steph Curry on to play catch up instead of playing their type of game. When they're not a catch up type team. Their tempo is fast and they set the tone. You agree?
Right, absolutely. I mean, how do you feel about Curry's performance? I mean, Steph really did not perform to the Steph Curry of what we are accustomed to seeing Steph perform at. And we're gonna go to the numbers. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll actually go over the stats and I'll show you the stat sheet as well, so that you will be able to see exactly what it is that I'm looking at,
Okay.
so that you won't be out of the mix at all. Period. So we're gonna go to the screen here and boom, there we go. All right, so we're gonna go over the stat line, right?
Okay.
And going over the stats. So tonight, when you look at what Cleveland did, Cleveland dropped 137 points tonight, right?
Yep.
But this is what you got tonight from the Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green gave them 16. Kevin Durant being as efficient as Kevin Durant was with 35. But Clay and Steph did not have big time games as
Mm-hmm.
they usually do. Clay had 13, Steph had 14. But Steph also had 10 assists, to accommodate scoring throughout the entire game. So, but they needed more so Steph to step up to the plate and perform more so than anything on tonight if they wanted to win. Steph was 2 of 9 from the 3 point line. Clay was 4 of 10. Steph shot 4 of 13 from the field. Clay shot 4 of 11 from the field. And they just didn't have it clicking tonight. And then from their bench play, from the bench, yeah, Sean Livingston gave them 10 off the bench, but their bench did not perform as we were accustomed to seeing them perform throughout the first 3 games. They bench played very well in the first 3 games of the
Right.
season. And now, with them only getting 6 points from David West, they didn't get nothing from Matt Barnes. They didn't get nothing from McAdoo. Uh, and then you had Iguodala, dropping 4, and JaVale McGee giving them 4, and Macau giving them 3. That's it. And Clark gave him 5, but that's it. You really didn't get that much from the bench at all from Golden State. So it was more so of Golden State getting punched in the mouth early and not being able to hit and knock down those shots that we were accustomed to seeing them hit throughout this entire series. And that is the only problem that Golden State had on tonight. They still was able in a bad game they still was able to drop 116 in a bad game.
Yeah.
So I want everybody that's a Cleveland Cavaliers fan to pump your brakes a little bit, because we're gonna look and see how perfect Cleveland had to play in order to beat Golden State, and can they match that 3 more times to win this series? So if we going down to go and look at the numbers for the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, you get 23 from Kevin Love, 31 from LeBron, 40 from Kyrie, and 15 from J.R. Smith, right? So that 15 from J.R. Smith and that 23 from Kevin Love, if Golden State would have got that same amount of points from Kevin Love that Kevin Love gave them, if they would have got that from Clay, and if they would have got this the efficiency from Stephen Curry that J.R. Smith gave them, then we would have been talking about a different ballgame.
Exactly.
But it didn't pan out and happen that way. Cleveland, from the 3-point, they hit 24 threes tonight. They was 1 3-pointer away from tying the 3-point record in the NBA Finals with 25. That was the record for threes in the game. But they hit 24 tonight. So, and they was 53% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, they were very efficient tonight. I will admit that.
And Golden State was 28% from the 3-point line. We're not accustomed to seeing Golden State shooting 28% from the 3. We're not accustomed to seeing that, but we saw it tonight. And I don't believe going into Game 5 in Golden State that Golden State is going to lose this series. I believe LeBron James and them did. They played a hell of a basketball game. LeBron definitely averaging a triple-double throughout this entire finals right here. And I want to address something real quick. But Cleveland, honestly, they're not going to dominate the Golden State Warriors come Game 5. It's not going to happen. Not at home, not in Golden State. Golden State is going to bounce back. And when they get home, they're going to be very comfortable, and they're going to knock down shots. And this series is going to be over. If you watch any of my previous shows, I did a show earlier before the game started where I said what I've been saying all year long. When these two teams match up, I got Golden State winning this series in 5. I gave Cleveland a game, and they won that game. But they're not going to win another game. And this series is over. It's over.
Yeah, I will say that according to statistics, like you said about Steph Curry and Clay, I really feel like they really had a less than mediocre type game, and what that did, it caused more pressure on Kevin Durant and Draymond Green to put up points. Now, Custom, I really believe that in Game 5 they're gonna come out strong, like you said, and be the normal Golden State Warriors that we normally see. And I would admit myself that I knew that Cleveland was gonna get one. I want this week, deep down, but I knew that they were probably gonna get one. LeBron, he's a great player. I will admit, one of the best in the game, and he doesn't bow down easy. He doesn't take, he doesn't take, the criticism and everything that social media was saying to downplay him up until the day he came. The day he showed out, him and Kyrie, them boys were unstoppable. I will say that the game plan for Monday night need to be definitely around stopping those two. Somehow cutting out the ISO with Kyrie Irving. Because if he's hitting 38 again, man, it's gonna put us in a position that we don't want to be put in as well. Jeremy, I do want to ask you this: Do you think that everything that was going on about breaking that record and being the best, going 73-0 from last season, played a factor in the way we kind of fell out today? I think the guys were thinking too much about trying to be perfect and
No,
kind of lost their win.
no, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I don't think that they shied away from the moment. I mean, we have to be honest with ourselves. This basketball team has not lost a game since the month of March, I believe. They're 30 Well, right now they're 30-2 since the month of March. They haven't lost a game. They're 14, no, they're 15-1 in the playoffs. So I don't think that they are concerned at all, period, about what is going on, about the whole hoopla surrounding them being the best team and all this, that, and the third. What I think is tonight they just ran up against an unstoppable force in LeBron James. It's an elimination game. You have to understand that, and you knew that they were going to come out swinging on all cylinders with the crowd behind them. You're playing in that type of crowd. But if you're Golden State, you did exactly what Golden State needed to do, and that was to win at least one game in Cleveland.
Exactly.
And you won that one game. And that one game, you know what? Winning that one game puts them in position to, guess what? All they have to do is win one more. Whether so they know they can win in Cleveland. So if they were to lose at home in game 5, then guess what? In game 6, they get an opportunity to win. In game 7, they also get another opportunity to win. But I do not see Cleveland beating this team 3 times straight. This particular team. We're not talking about last year and what they did, because last year that was a different team. This is a
Right.
whole new year. And this team right here, with the addition of Kevin Durant, they will not lose 3 games straight to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's just not going to happen. Not with what we saw, how they dominated in the first 3 games. Like I told people tonight, I even posted this on my Facebook. Cleveland winning tonight, they act as if they were the bad boy Pistons on tonight. But guess what? That they could do that because they were at home. You're going to give your fans end of the year, hey, we're going to go out swinging and we're going to give y'all the best that we can give you all. But we don't believe truly in our hearts that we're going to win this series going back to Golden State. That's just to being honest.
Yeah.
And Golden State knows that they are going to do everything right at home. And a lot of people say, well, it was the politics, the NBA didn't want to have an undefeated team and all this, that, and the third. Hey,
The toxic rage.
all of that, yeah, that is nonsense. At the end of the day, you got to go out and play the game. And what we saw was Cleveland knocking down shots. You can't knock down shots and fake a basketball game like we saw tonight. We saw the tension of what was going on in the game. We saw KD and LeBron get in each other's face. You know what I mean? We saw Iman Shumpert and Zaza Pachulia go at it. We seen Zaza take a swing at Iman Shumpert. You know what I mean? When he was laying on the ground. So we seen the intensity that we needed to see to know that this wasn't nothing that was fake. This wasn't nothing that was made up or anything like that, because Golden State was going to go 16-0 and sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, everything was riding on that. But that's not what happened and what took place. Now, there's one thing that I want to ask you and I want to talk to you about, because we was talking about this earlier today, where you said that Kevin Durant has superseded LeBron James and LeBron James' time is over. Right? That's what you said, right?
Yes, I definitely said that earlier. And the reason why I mentioned that is that as you look into the players today in today's generation, we look at more finesse type players like Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, tall, slender, finesse guys. I see LeBron, or the even Shaq mentioned it on 2K himself when he said that
On 2K?
yeah.
He mentioned what on 2K? Like 2K is a video game. You know that, right?
I'm sorry. On this show with Ernie. I'm sorry. I'm bad. I meant
Oh,
not
okay
2K.
then.
2K is the game.
You mean
Yeah.
the actual
Right.
NBA show. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Shaq, he said that LeBron is, he is one of the greatest players in the game. But I do feel like as he getting older, he's out of his prime. But he's still one of the best that there is. Now, when it comes down to Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry, I think they're more what the new generation want to see as the best players in the world. Now I still say that I see that LeBron is top in the top 3. He's number 2. I see it as Kevin Durant, LeBron, and then Stephen Curry right there. The reason why I identify that is because LeBron James is not a definite high profile type sharpshooter. He's not a pure shooter. If he had that part of his game orchestrated, so like Kobe or the great Michael Jordan himself, I could see him being called the greatest to ever play the game. But since he doesn't have that consistent shot and that killer instinct that Kobe brought to the game, I like to highlight the 81-point game he scored on Toronto Raptors, that year. LeBron doesn't have that instinct to go for 81. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this. He has that killer instinct to be the man on the court, but not as a pure scorer. I can't see him topping what Michael Jordan or Kobe even did. So when people tell me that he's the greatest ever and he's the best in the game overall. But since he doesn't have that consistent shot, he lacks that ability to be the best ever.
Okay, so you still think that Kevin Durant is better than LeBron James?
Overall, right now, I think that Kevin Durant. Now with the rings and the championships, I understand that right now he has a better profile career right now than Kevin Durant. But do understand that Kevin Durant spent a lot of the years along with Russell Westbrook. With that was kind of an unselfish team, but at the same time, they wasn't gonna win any rings. So just imagine if you'd played with the Lakers or anybody early on, he would have had the same type of rings too. But he sacrificed because he loved the OKC himself. So that's why he stayed as long as he did. I do believe that they had a couple times to get a ring. Even the year before when Stephen Curry put them out themselves. A lot of people say he sold out for going to Golden State. But if we're gonna mention that, can we please mention that LeBron James, on his speech, I'm going to South Beach, he did it himself. So if he joined an all-star superstar team to get rings, why can't KD do it? And another thing that KD has that LeBron doesn't have. Did you notice that shot that he took in the last 45 seconds of the game? In game 3, LeBron would have passed that ball. Why? Because he's more of a playmaker than he is as I'm gonna take over, and I'm gonna make sure that we win. And that's what LeBron misses sometimes. He fails that for that killer instinct to come to attack when it's really needed. And that causes his team to lose sometimes. They should have never lost game 3, Jeremy, and you know it. But again, Stephen A. still mentioning ESPN First Take. In the fourth quarter, LeBron James consistently shows his degraded performances over time. Look at this year's finals, the year before's, in the fourth quarters, he's the same way. Explain to me, Jeremy, why did he fail to be the man in the fourth quarter? Why does in the fourth quarter he doesn't show up?
Of what game? This game in particular?
In the finals, all the finals, most of them. Now particularly, a couple finals he have showed up in the fourth quarters, but most of them he fails to come through in the clutch in the fourth quarter.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you to pump your brakes and slow your roll a little bit.
Okay.
LeBron James is the best player in the world, and it's easy, very easy to criticize LeBron James because a lot of people have hatred towards LeBron because he's so dominant. And when you're so dominant, people pick so many flaws, whether it's, oh, he don't attack the basket enough, or he don't do this enough, or he don't do that enough, and LeBron, it sucks that LeBron has to deal with that because a lot of people really are not understanding the game within itself. Kevin Durant is by far the most efficient basketball player I have ever seen, period. The way he scores the basketball with ease, Kevin Durant is the man. But Kevin Durant, just because he has showed up in this particular finals and played basketball throughout this particular year, this player that Kevin Durant has always been the same Kevin Durant. Right now, it's just Kevin Durant with a little bit more defense, right? He's playing a little bit more defense. So now people saying, well, he's the best player in the world because he's playing a little bit more defense. No, let's not get it twisted. This man, LeBron James, is averaging a triple double easy in the finals. Easy. If the finals was to end, LeBron James should really be considered the MVP of the finals with the numbers that he had. But we know how the NBA Finals MVP works. But at the end of the day, LeBron James, people want to criticize him for going to Miami. Hey, I even said it when LeBron left and went and joined forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen. When they got together, they were on. They even though they lost in their first year together to the Dallas Mavericks, they still was unstoppable. They just had to figure out how to gel together, and when they did figure out how to gel together, they was an unstoppable force. And I think they would have continued to be unstoppable if Dwayne Wade didn't suffer from the injuries, and if Chris Bosh wasn't going through the illness that he had. That
Right.
that Miami squad would still be a powerhouse squad, but you have to give credit to LeBron James for going to 7 straight NBA finals. That hasn't been done in a long time. He went to 7 straight NBA finals. This man has been dominating the league for over the past 10 years. And just because Kevin Durant, throughout his entire career, only been to the finals twice, and the one time he did go, he lost to LeBron James. So you can't sit here and just give LeBron put him on the back burner and put Kevin Durant ahead of LeBron James only because LeBron um is people are picking out flaws in his game. Okay, yeah, he deferred to Kyle Korver in game 3 when everybody was saying LeBron should have attacked the basketball. But guess what? LeBron made he made the correct basketball play. And Kyle Korver, they brought Kyle Korver on for what? To knock down 3-point shots. So LeBron made the correct plays, and to me, I don't think it's good for the game for people to criticize LeBron James the way that they do, given the fact that he's the best player in the world. And this man, but what you're gonna have to understand is just because we seeing this right now from Kevin Durant, you talked about consistency, that LeBron don't have a consistent shot and this, that, and the third. We need to see it be consistent with this Golden State team with Kevin Durant being acquired to that roster. We have to see the consistency in what Kevin Durant produces over time with Golden State. Not just this year in particular, but we need to see it a year after that and a year after that. To be considered the best player in the world, you really have to dethrone LeBron James. And right now, there is no dethroning LeBron James. You have a Golden State Warriors team who have arguably the best shooters of all time that LeBron is going up against. And me, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm not going to sit here and not call a spade a spade. LeBron James is the best basketball player on that court, hands down, easy. You saw you saw him tonight. You,
I
you
mean,
see what I'm
yeah,
saying? You saw
he's
him tonight, and he was clicking on all cylinders tonight. He averaged a triple double again. He averaged a triple double again, and not only did he average a triple double again, um, the way he plays the game to where he gets his teammates involved. Kyrie got it going. Kevin Love got it going. JR got it going. And then you seen guys like Tristan Thompson who haven't been performing throughout this whole entire series step up and perform tonight. That's the Cleveland Cavaliers team that everybody was hoping was going to come to the table throughout this entire finals. That's the team right there. What you saw tonight was what everybody has been wanting that Cleveland squad to be once they went up against the Golden State Warriors. If we can see that in game 5, again from Cleveland, then we have ourselves a series. Right now, it's not a series still because it was one game. But LeBron James is still the best basketball player in the world. We can't get it twisted. I'm the biggest Kobe fan that's out there. And everything about, I could pick out flaws in Kobe game all day long. I could pick out flaws in this game all day long and tell you the truth. Yeah, yeah, the refs help. Let's be honest. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in and dropping into the chat. But 22 fouls in the first quarter, though. Yeah, that stood out. The refs did help, but Cleveland did jump off to an early start. Listen, they jumped off to an early start. Kevin Durant shot 15 of 16 from the free throw line on tonight. So it wasn't as if the refs didn't have it split between the two, because KD was able to get to the line and drop 15 of his 30 some points from the free throw line as well. So it was even across the board when it came to the referees calling the game, because it ended up evening itself out. But let's be honest. Are you subscribed? Hey, make sure you tune in and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in and dropping into the show in the live chat. But let's be honest, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you feel as though LeBron James um, has been dethroned by Kevin Durant, and that Kevin Durant is better and the number one player in the world than LeBron James? Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with it?
No. Well,
Okay.
we're asking one a listener who's tuned in into the show right now. Is Kevin Durant better than LeBron James? Is Kevin Durant now the number one basketball player in the world over LeBron James? Which I totally don't agree with. But let's be honest, it's going to give somewhat. Now, when you say somewhat, is it more so like it's teetering around that way? So maybe if KD has another big performance and win the championship, then you'll say, well, he's better and he's number one player in the world over LeBron James. Is that kind of where you stand with it? And also another thing is I don't like the fact that Draymond is really gonna have to tone it down a little, because Draymond is a ticking time bomb. We all know that Draymond's a ticking time bomb, right?
Yeah, you got some.
And let's be honest, say that they're on the fence about KD being better than LeBron taking over that number one overall spot, like we was talking about earlier. And I told you that it's very difficult to give KD the number one basketball player in the world when you got LeBron James averaging a triple double in the finals with ease. And he's not having, the necessary help that KD has been getting throughout the series with the acquisition of having a Steph Curry and a Klay Thompson and a Draymond Green and
But
a
can
Sean Livingston and all of that.
but you can't can you say this, Jeremy? Even when Kevin Durant was in OKC, he still was dropping 35 to 40 points a
Yeah,
game
that's why I
against the
said
personnel.
absolutely. That's why I said Kevin Durant. This Kevin Durant, what we're seeing, has been the same Kevin Durant even when he was in OKC. He's the most efficient basketball player and scorer that there is. But what we can't get it twisted is the simple fact that LeBron fills up the stat sheet with ease. And let's be honest, say LeBron has the media on his side. Yeah, he has the media, but right now they're turning on him. Yes, KD is a better scorer and closer right now than LeBron James. KD, that game three, I saw Black Mamba mentality in Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant pulled up for that three with about 40, 45, 46 seconds to go in the game. I saw Black Mamba Michael Jordan mentality that give me the damn ball. I'm going to score. It is on me to make sure we get this W1 tonight. That's the Kevin Durant that I was like, okay, he's showing he got a little dog in him, right? And we saw tonight that he played hard, he played tough, he didn't give up tonight at all, period. He kept coming and attacking the basket. But that man LeBron, when LeBron gets it going, and that's the thing, when he gets it going, because LeBron had it going in game 3 now. Let's not get it twisted. Kyrie and LeBron, you had Uncle Drew and the King, they had it going in that ball game. Now, when they got towards the latter parts of that game, LeBron didn't close it, and LeBron is definitely not the closer who you want to have. He has his, I've always said this, LeBron legacy have been saved by Ray Allen when Ray Allen hit that 3 in Miami to take them up against San Antonio in a series. He had his legacy saved by Ray Allen because LeBron had 6 turnovers in the fourth quarter of that game. And he just shot a doggone brick that the ball just so happens to fall in Ray Allen's hands for Ray Allen to hit that 3. And then turn around in the finals last year in game 7. Who did LeBron say, I want him to take that last shot? Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving saved LeBron ass again when he hit that 3 to give Golden State to put Cleveland up in that game in game 7. It was Kyrie that won that series last year. Kyrie did it. It wasn't LeBron James who closed that series out. It was
You hit some
Kyrie.
amazing shots, I will admit.
And not only that, but even when they played against them in the regular season this year, when they played against Golden State, when Golden State was up 14, who brought them back? It was Kyrie Irving. And who finished them off? Kyrie Irving again. It wasn't LeBron James. So let's be honest, it's definitely right. LeBron closing is not the one who you want to be closing the ball the ball game at the end of the game. You don't want the ball in LeBron's hands because we seen, like you said earlier in the show, we seen what LeBron can do when it comes to him closing. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, this is going to determine a lot about LeBron's legacy. If they lose game 5, which I have them losing game 5, this is going to hurt LeBron more so than anything because LeBron would then be 3-5 in the finals, and he's faced with a decision. What do I do next? Do I try to form a super team, or do I keep the internal core of what I have? You got to keep in mind they gave J.R. Smith $16 million this year, and they gave J.R. Smith that 16 mil. So J.R. Smith ain't going anywhere. Now you can get rid of everybody saying, well, they need to bring in Paul George and all this, that, and the third. Well, we know that who has LeBron was trying to go out. Who was LeBron trying to go after earlier this year? Do you know, Parrish? Who? LeBron?
I don't. Who was he trying to go?
It was Carmelo Anthony. He was trying to go after Carmelo Anthony this year, but the Knicks was not going to let Melo go.
Now you talking about a super team? That would have been a super team.
So is LeBron going to get Melo? We know that Chris Paul is a free agent now, but we know Chris Paul may be going to San Antonio because there's been talk of Chris Paul going to San Antonio and teaming up with Kawhi Leonard. But Melo would be a good acquisition, and I think will be the one who LeBron will be chasing to get to come to Cleveland at the end of the year. And I believe that they will give up Kevin Love for a Carmelo Anthony. I told everybody's saying Paul George this, Paul George that. Paul George is going where the money is, and he's going to be with Magic Johnson. He's done had talks with Magic. He's done sat down with Magic, and Magic Johnson wants Paul George on that team. And the fact that they're getting the second overall pick, which could be potentially Lonzo Ball. So Paul George is not going to go to Cleveland at all. If he do go to Cleveland, it'll throw us for a loop. But he's not going to the Cavs. Let's be honest, it's right. PG is not going to the Cavs at all. But I believe Carmelo Anthony could be that potential piece in that scorer that LeBron is looking for to come to that team. And then we will have ourselves Another hell of a series again with Golden State versus Cleveland with the addition of Carmelo Anthony in the finals, and that's why LeBron said he has no problem. If you paid attention to his press conference before Game 4 tonight, LeBron said he don't have a problem with super teams being formed and put together because this is a new era. He said it has happened throughout the entire thing and throughout the entire sports. You had Dion going to the Cowboys. You know, you had like I said, Ray Allen going and joining forces with the Boston Celtics and Paul George and Kevin Garnett. You know, so he said this is what happens in sports, and so why not Carmelo Anthony go to Cleveland? Why not? And if he does, it's good for the league because why? More people are going to tune in. More people are going to watch the finals. More people are going to put money into Vegas and bet on these games. This
Yeah.
is what the NBA. This right here. Everybody sit here and say, "Oh, Kevin Durant destroyed the NBA. He destroyed the NBA by going to Golden State." But this right now is the number one ranked finals in probably NBA history. But he's destroying the NBA.
See, what people gotta understand, Jeremy, is that the term super teams is becoming the norm now in the NBA now. Even the commissioner himself said that it's good for basketball that some of the superstars are linking up because again we a lot of these guys not only are friends outside of basketball but when they come together it's good for the sport to see that superstars can come together and play efficiently, and collaborate on a in team ball itself. Like going back when you say with LeBron James, Wade, and Chris Bosh. Look at that scenario. Let's go back a little with the Celtics. The Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce. Come on, man. So you look at
Well,
these.
not only that. Well, is one thing in particular that I definitely want to talk about, and when we talk about superstar teams, this Golden State team is not us. Everybody want to say, "Oh, they're a they are a superstar team." No, this Golden State team, like I told you earlier, you had Clay Thompson being drafted with the 11th pick.
Right.
You had not only Clay being drafted with the 11th pick, you had Steph Curry being drafted 7th, right? You had Zaza Pachulia, who was drafted 42nd. You had Draymond Green, who was drafted 35th. Okay. But if you go to the Cleveland side of the basketball, where you got LeBron James drafted number 1, Kyrie Irving drafted number 1, J.R. Smith drafted number 5. You know what I'm saying? Tristan Thompson drafted number 3. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin
That's
Love.
but then you got Kevin Love who's number 4. Like let's be real with ourselves and call it for what it is. That team LeBron put together is stacked with top 5 coming into the league talent.
And
Coming into the league talent. And Golden State, they built up their team from the core, and all they did was add Kevin Durant. That's all they did. And people want to bash them and say they formed a super team. How the hell you form a super team with the players that you drafted? That's been there since you drafted them from college. How do you form a super team that way? All you did
and,
was acquire one player, and everybody say, "Oh, they're a super team,"
and you did
but they
like
didn't.
something, Jeremy, that I thought is special. All those guys were not number one picks, which means that a lot of teams passed upon them. They became superstars within themselves. So you got to look at that like this. We didn't go out, Warriors didn't go out and get a super team. They guys built within themselves to be the best players that they can be. Like Draymond. A lot of teams looked upon Draymond. Stephon Curry, before his ankle issues, they thought he was just a pure shooter. Nobody thought that he would be the all-star man that he is now. Now, I will admit that Kevin Durant was the only one since joining them now that's already had that stardom from day one. So without that, you understand these guys came together with one goal. And it all started back with the philosophy of Mark Jackson. When he created the team with Steph Curry back when Monte Ellis was playing with them, those guys had a foundation. And what they did, they built upon that foundation of teamwork and unselfishness. Now they have grown into a remarkable sensation. I mean, honestly,
Right, they have, and what's good though is what I tell a lot of people. What's good is with Golden State losing tonight, all this does is generates more money, man. It's good for the league, and I don't have a problem with them losing tonight. I don't, because all it does is the series, and it draws in more of a bigger crowd. And not only does it draw in more of a bigger crowd, but guess what? It draws in more money into the league, and that's why I said it's good for the league. That's why,
right,
look, what we saw Cleveland do tonight. Guess what? People are going to be anticipating that in Game 5, so that gives more viewers another opportunity to tune in and pay attention to what is going on and what's going to take place on in Game 5.
right,
People who counted Cleveland out and just stop watching the series after they watch highlights and replays of what took place on last night, which, because it's 1:49 in the morning, but what took place on last night, then guess what? They're gonna tune in.
right.
And this ain't gonna do nothing but keep the NBA building up with ratings and putting more money into the league, and it's good for the league. And like I said, I don't have a problem with it, because honestly, like I said, I had this series going in 5, but if we could get this thing to a Game 7 and really get to see who is the best players in the world, and we have that Kevin Durant versus LeBron James matchup in a Game 7, win or lose, winner take all, that's going to determine if Kevin Durant can supersede or elevate his game enough to where we can now start calling him the best basketball player in the world come a Game 7. Not when you sweeping some doggone body or whatever, because LeBron don't have everybody to show up and step up like Golden State have.
Right, right.
But when we get a good series to where it's going 7 games and it's winner take all, like we saw Steph shrink last year in Game 7. We saw that personally.
Yeah, he
But
got
but this series right here in particular, before going into this game, I was like, okay, Steph Curry got to be my MVP, because Steph is averaging almost a triple double. He has 28, 9, and 9 throughout this whole NBA Finals.
right.
So he's almost averaging triple double. But tonight he didn't show up. So who showed up again tonight? It was Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant has been more consistent. So therefore, you would have to give him Finals MVP if they do win. And let's be honest, you are right. You are absolutely right. Golden State isn't going to lose at home, but I believe, like you said, they gave the Cavs the benefit of the doubt on tonight to lose Game 1. I mean, lose this game at home, for Golden State to lose in Cleveland for the benefit of the Cavs. You're right. Let's be honest, because Cleveland getting swept and LeBron being swept again in his career for the second time would be detrimental
Yeah,
to LeBron James. Not only to LeBron James, but it would kill all talk of the comparisons of him and Michael, or him and Kobe, or him being on Mount Rushmore of basketball. It'll kill all of that talk. And the reason why to kill all of that talk is because he got swept for the second time in his career in the NBA Finals. When what other best player in the world who we would say has ever been swept in the finals? Kobe never been swept in the finals.
nah,
Never been swept in the finals. MJ never been swept in the finals. He's undefeated in the finals, 6-0 in the finals. Magic never been swept in the finals. Not that I don't believe. You just have a lot of good players who never been swept like that in the finals.
and that's something that that I saw that's different from a lot of, like you say. I don't want to be tell me if I'm wrong about this, but then when the Orlando Magic went 1 year, then they get swept too.
Who?
Orlando Magic when Dwight Howard went that year.
No, the Lakers beat them in 5.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Orlando did win a game.
okay. I remember that game, but like you said, him taking 2 sweets would be detrimental to his legacy. And I will admit this, that it's nothing that Kevin Durant or anything that Golden State can do to demean his legacy as the king right now, because he is the king, LeBron James. I will say this, that this championship is very important compared to the other ones. This time he has something to prove other than just winning. They already beat him before, but now with having another superstar, Kevin Durant, on the team, it looks that it would add on a different perspective onto his legacy as well, because now he'd be even the quote unquote second best player in the world, as a lot of people say that KD is, and along with Steph Curry. And beating them 2 times in a row would really, really boost his reputation as well.
Well, um, this won't boost. Well, if LeBron the only way it'll boost LeBron's reputation is if he comes all the way back and win this series. That's the only way. It won't be because he beat Steph. You know what I mean? It's not about Steph Curry. You know, that's what you got to understand. Steph is a great player. He's a unanimous MVP, the only unanimous MVP ever, 2-time MVP, world champion. But this is not about Steph. It's not about Steph. And I had to come to facts on that and realize that it's not about Steph and Curry. This is more so built around Kevin Durant and LeBron James. That is what it's built around. And but they're gonna need. I'm not saying that Golden State is not going to need Steph Curry or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is not. Yeah, let's be honest. That is sad. Now putting LeBron over Kobe, that just made me stop my whole point of what it was I was trying to make. That right there is just, to me, that is the most depressing thing I've heard, is people sitting here saying that LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant. Like, I get sick to my stomach when I see crap like that. When you say stuff like that, yeah, that is absolutely disrespectful. That's blasphemy. That's just them talking out the side of their neck. I would consider themselves being a casual fan more so than a hardcore basketball fan, because Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bean Bryant, like, everybody want to forget about number 8 Kobe Bryant, right? They want to forget about that number 8 Kobe, who was averaging 40 points a game in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? With about 8 assists and 8 rebounds. They forget about that Kobe, right? Even when they say, oh, well, he had Shaq on his team. Yeah, he had Shaq and he was still averaging 40. That's what
Yeah,
people see, but people don't want to go into the numbers. They just want to talk about what it is that they see on ESPN, or what it is that they hear somebody else say on TV. When, guess what? Do the studying for yourself. Like I told you earlier today, Parrish, don't ever take the opinion of what it is that they say on TV, because they just say stuff on television they just giving their opinion. But you have to do your homework for yourself to know, okay, I know hands down there is no way in hell a LeBron James supersedes a Kobe Bean Bryant. There's no way. Kobe is the closest thing to Michael Jordan we will ever see. How in the hell can you say that LeBron James is in that class, based upon all the flaws and everything it is that people have put around LeBron James's game? How can you sit there and say that man is right there above Kobe Bryant? You can't.
right.
No. Kobe is the give me the ball. I'm gonna listen. This is gonna end this whole discussion right here. Let's be honest. I got something for you. This is gonna end this whole discussion. Check this out. Kobe Bryant won an NBA Finals with one other All-Star against The Boston Celtics, Kevin KG, uh, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, that Rajon Rondo,
I
Kendrick
remember that. Yeah,
Perkins. You know who Kobe had? That was another All-Star?
August Alwyn.
Pau Gasol. So it don't give me that oh, LeBron James. Kobe ain't say, oh, let me go and get a top point guard. Let me go and get a shooter. Let me go and get another shooter. I need a point guard to back up my starting point guard. Kobe didn't do none of that shit. This man had an old ass Derek Fisher. He had Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, um, Lamar Odom,
Shannon Brown,
Sasha, Shannon Brown, Sasha Vujacic. Okay, come on now,
Trevor Ariza.
Trevor Ariza. Come, but I'm just saying he ain't got no perennial all stars on his
Right.
roster.
Yeah. Just role players. Yeah.
He had all role players, and he beat the Boston Celtics with role players. And you want to sit here and say LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant when LeBron is struggling with going up against shooters? He's struggling going up against shooters. People
Yeah.
saying one of the best teams in the world. Get that out of here. What did LeBron have to do in order to beat the Boston Celtics? What did LeBron have to do? He left and jumped ship and went to Miami because he couldn't beat Boston. That year he lost to Boston. He took off the Cleveland jersey and he just quit. You know, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with Cleveland. Take off the jersey. Go to Miami with Wade. Go to Miami with Wade now, and then they beat Boston.
And that's
But
the default era that's in his legacy. You just pointed out, Jeremy. The things that Michael Jordan did and Kobe did. Well, granted that Michael Jordan did have, Rod. I mean, he did have a good player. I mean, Scottie Pippen. Yes,
no, but we're not even finna talk about MJ because that's a whole totally different era. MJ did it against greats like Charles. MJ shut down people like Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean? He stopped teams like that. The Indiana Pacers when they had Reggie Miller and Antonio McDyess and those boys. That's a whole different era
well, I'm
that
saying he
we're
didn't
not even
join.
finna talk about that because that's a whole totally different era. But
I used
more
to, yeah.
so of what's in our era is what we saw that was what was great was Kobe Bryant, bro. It was Kobe. It wasn't Kobe didn't have to go and lead the Lakers in order to beat somebody. If Kobe lost to you, guess what Kobe said? Fuck that. I'm coming back after you again the next following year. And
Right.
that's what he did. He lost to Boston, and guess what? He took that L to Boston in the finals. And what he do? He came back to the finals the next following year to beat the Orlando Magic, and then made it to the finals the next following year because he went 3 years straight and beat Boston again. And you
And
want to sit here and say that this man needed Shaq to do it? This man went to 3 straight finals without Shaq and won 2 out of 3. Where he really could have won 3 if he would have. Or he really could have won more if they would if David Stern didn't veto the Chris Paul trade towards the end of Kobe's career. Kobe would have had another ring and he would have superseded Michael Jordan with probably 6 or 7. Now that's just being real. But a lot of people don't want to say that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna call it call it like it is. If David Stern didn't veto that Chris Paul trade, I think the NBA then they knew, okay, Kobe, we're going to pump your brakes because we don't want you superseding Michael Jordan. So we're going to give Chris Paul to the LA Clippers, and we're just going to get a Lakers Mike D'Antoni. And when the Lakers got Mike D'Antoni, what happened? Yeah, Kobe's career started to go down drain because Mike D'Antoni, who was just full of offense, didn't give a shit about Kobe at all, had Kobe playing over 40-plus minutes every game, and he torn his Achilles. And then we got to see Kobe just diminish right before our very own eyes.
and,
So it
and that's
Go
something
ahead.
that I want to put on as well. Like you said, he didn't have to jump ship. Kobe had that mentality, the old school mentality. Like, if you beat me, I come back and I beat you again. He didn't have to join the best forces in the world to come back, and that's something that LeBron has failed to do himself. Now he got Kyrie, and he still got superstars now. But LeBron has failed to win a championship by himself with very role players, just as like Kobe did. I haven't seen that yet out of LeBron yet. Have you?
Well, you're not going to see that out of LeBron because you can hear LeBron. Listen, man, the regular season this year, if you just watch the regular season or the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we saw Cleveland going on this dramatic losing streak, right? What happened when LeBron started going on this losing streak? LeBron started whining. He started crying. He started saying, "Oh, we're too top heavy, right? We're too top heavy. We need a veteran point guard." Or he just started throwing shit out there in the media of what it is that they team needed, right? Hey, born and
I'm
raised Laker fan, let's be honest. Hey, that is what I'm talking about. Laker Nation, baby, is in the building on tonight. And that's see, let's be honest. I appreciate I'm gonna have to follow you on social media. I'm definitely gonna you gotta drop your social media down in the chat. I'm gonna have to follow you on social media. Most definitely. But yeah, this year alone, Cleveland, man, LeBron, all he was throwing out there in the media was what it is that he needed. And he was like, man, dude, we're top heavy. We need a veteran point guard. And what did they do? They went and signed who? Darren Williams. Then he said,
mm-hmm.
um, we too top heavy, right? And we need a big man to back up Tristan Thompson. So what did they do? They went and acquired Andrew Bogut from Golden State, right? Golden State released Andrew Bogut, and LeBron went and picked up Andrew Bogut, but Andrew Bogut got hurt again, and we ain't see Andrew Bogut none this year. But then they go and get. He was like, I need another shooter. So what did they do? They go and get Kyle Korver. See,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron controls everything in Cleveland. If LeBron say it, it happens, and that's what people don't understand and what they don't realize. LeBron did it all year long. He cried about what it is he wanted, and he got what he wanted. This is LeBron's team that he wanted going up against Golden State. It's LeBron's team. He went and got the old ass Darren Williams. He went and got Kyle Korver from Atlanta, where I'm at right now. Who done watched Kyle Korver play. Sorry ass Kyle Korver. I done watched this man play. LeBron went and got him because that's who LeBron wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this team is what he wanted. So there is no excuses that LeBron should have at all, period, when it comes to him losing to Golden State. It should be none whatsoever because this is his team that he built. If he really wanted Melo, guess what? He would have gotten Melo, but he didn't want Melo just right now as of yet. He wanted to see what he could do up against Golden State by himself with the little pieces that he had. Definitely gonna have to follow you on Twitter. I'm gonna write that down. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and screenshot that, and I will be following you on Twitter. You'll be seeing me. It'll be Fresh P Blueprint. Sending you a friend request, and that'll be fresh spelt with a P. Fresh P Blueprint, and you'll definitely find me on Twitter. And I will be following you definitely right after this show. But that is Laker Nation right there to the fullest. And I just want to appreciate you for tuning in and listening and being a part of the live chat. It's truly is amazing. And thank you for all of that. I actually cover boxing as well. I'm a huge boxing fan. Have all access to everything when it comes to boxing. So definitely could get you some free tickets and to come out to an event. Where are you located right now? Let's be honest, because I can get you right now if you are in Atlanta, and if you will be traveling to Atlanta on June the 30th and July 1st, you could receive free tickets to the Underground Showdown because of video games. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you could receive free tickets to the Underground Showdown that's going to be here in Buckhead on July the 1st. Is going down. My man right here is CR Barlow, who will be headlining on the card. You can go follow my channel, and you could be able to go through the interviews that I have with these fighters, and you'll be able to see these guys train and work hard. Virginia Beach. Oh, I got family in Virginia right now. Like I was just about to go there. What was it? February? February, I was going to be in Virginia Beach. My auntie and uncle lived there. Uh, I'm gonna be in Virginia real soon. Do a show right there in Virginia. Let's be honest, you will be a part. But definitely, Underground Showdown will be going down on July the 1st. And that is going to be an amazing event. Like, no lie. It's going to be an awesome event. Like I said, Parrish, man, you need to open up your schedule and clear dates for June the 30th and July the 1st, so you could come down and be a part of the press conference and the weigh-in, and you get to come to the fight as well. Free alcohol. Um, alcohol
What?
will be served all night. Um, not only will alcohol be served all night, but sponsored by the Hard Rock Cafe, where we'll be having the weigh-in at the Hard Rock Cafe, and Hooters is sponsoring as well with wings. So you'll have unlimited wings from Hooters, and it'll be sponsored from the Hard Rock Cafe as well. So you'll have food from there as well. So it's going to be an awesome event. The Underground Showdown. You got some great fighters. You got some world champions who are going to be there in the building. So you never know what you could end up with. Um, oh, you're going to DC during that time? Hey, nothing wrong with that, because guess what? We're definitely going to be in that area because we have fighters that fight out of DC. We had Adrian Broner versus Ashley Theophane. They fought in Washington D.C. Robert Easter Jr. fought in Washington D.C. So we got some fighters that fight in Washington. Um, so that will put us in that area most definitely. So don't worry, we're gonna be around that way very soon. Um, Covering boxing matches that's going to be there, World Championship Boxing. And like I said, July the 1st, the Underground Showdown is definitely going to be amazing. Is being promoted by Terry Moss, the boss. She is a World Hall of Famer, man, women's boxing Hall of Famer. Uh, she's just the most coolest person that you could ever meet. Has a nice heart, has some great fighters who she have under her tutelage. Oh, training? Oh, absolutely. World class training. World class training. Like I said, matter of fact, you want to know about training? I want you to go and look at I just uploaded a video on today. Matter of fact, it was yesterday. Oh, most definitely. If you want to put them in boxing, I could definitely get you into world class gym with world class trainers, and get your sons some good boxing training, because not only is it good for their health wise, because boxing is the best fitness that you could have. I mean, over basketball, over football, over all those different sports, boxing, because you're taking real true punishment when it comes to boxing, but your body is being very well taken care of, very well taken care of. So I definitely can. Why is Demarcus so one-sided? Demarcus, uh, Demarcus, who? Talking about Demarcus that's on Fresh Perspective, Demarcus. But let's be honest. We we will get in contact on Twitter, and I would definitely keep you posted and updated on what is going on. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Don't mess with you. Your hands were strained. Well, I'm gonna tell you why he's so one-sided. That's because he is a Kevin Durant lover. He loves Kevin Durant. Everything about Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant was to shit in his hands, I'm pretty sure he'll rub it together and wipe it on his face. No, I was just playing. But he loves Kevin Durant. But it's hard to get him to understand anything about the game as a whole, the bigger picture. When it comes to him talking about Kevin Durant, he can't be he don't know how to separate from being a fan and an analyst, and that's the main thing. He has to separate being a fan and being an analyst, and that's what I've been trying to help him with, understanding that you have to be an analyst, and people look more so for your analytics more so than you talking to them from being a fan. They want the real. They don't want you just giving your opinion because of a fan's opinion. They want you to give because they're already the fans. They want you to give their opinion from an analyst perspective. And when you give it from an analyst perspective, then that's when people be like, well, okay, now I understand what it is you're talking about. Now I can agree with you on certain things it is that you say. Now I can comprehend or correlate with what it is that you're talking about. And because then you're going to have people not really tuning in to you when all you talk about is one particular thing. And you become you become more so of speaking from that fan perspective than, like I said, that analyst perspective. And you can't do that, especially when it comes to sports, because you have to be a voice of the people. And you know why I'm that way? Because of this. I'm the boxing voice. um, I'm the voice of the people. And me being the voice of the people, I tell the people what it is that they want to hear. Oh man, absolutely. I hate arguing with them too. I mean, we argue every show we do. There's not one show where we don't argue. And today, I didn't even do a show with him today, right after the game, because I already knew where we were headed. Like I was like he posted on Facebook, that it was a post like Homage Speaks or something, game 4 preview, and I said something and he tagged me saying Jeremy Flanagan said something that was off the wall, and we'll discuss it in tonight's show. And I was like, you know what, I'm not even going on that show, because all I said was Stephen Curry, if he performs tonight, he should be the MVP because he's averaging almost a triple double with 28, 9, and 9. That's all I said. But you know, I guess because it wasn't me saying Kevin Durant should be MVP and agreeing with him, then it would have been a problem. But I just sometimes I just have to stay in my own lane and focus on Jeremy Sports Network and tune in to people like Let's Be Honest, who pays attention and who is down in the chat, and you are down in the chat too as well, Cam. So hey, that's just what I do. If you want real and a person who is going to give you the truth from an analyst standpoint, then I'm the guy who you talk to and who you come and tune into. Because not only do I do YouTube, but what he has to understand, I actually go to the games. I don't just sit at home and behind YouTube on a webcam. I have my own podcast. I have Jeremy Sports Network podcast. I have the Boxing Voice podcast. you know, So is and oh he see, and what he has to understand, none of his shows he do is live. So he never gives anybody the opportunity, like you guys are in a live chat right now. He never gives anybody the opportunity to join into a live chat because he pre-records the show. He pre-recorded, then he posted. So when you comment, the only way to comment is on Facebook once he posted. So I be trying to bring him on to my network, and I said I'm gonna just let the people in the live chat eat you alive. I'm not even going to do it. I'm gonna let the live chat eat you alive because I know y'all will eat him alive. And let's be honest. No, hey, let's be honest. Tell him I will stop whatever it is I'm saying. If you acknowledge something and say something, I'm going to the people. I'm going to you guys because y'all are what matter. You have your opinion is just as is nowhere better than mine, because I want to hear what it is that you all feel and what it is that you all think, what should happen, what should take place, and I express that live right here on the show. That's what I care about. And he hopefully he learns from it. He's going to learn one day. One day when he see, I think what's going to click for him that he don't understand this yet. And if he's tuning in, he might not be tuning in, but if he is tuning in, what's going to click for him is when probably football season. When football season come around, and and he's going to be hounding me about press credentials and want to be a part, to go to the games and stuff for free and all of that. And when he want that press credential, I'm going to tell him he's going to have to show me why I should allow him a press credential when you can't even separate yourself from being a fan and an analyst. So if I give you this, how are you going to be able to separate the two? And that's right. They stuck in their ways, and to him, I think it'll be more so. It'll hurt him more than help him. It's like what I say. I would usually say something like this. Like in a relationship, it's like he want the ass, but he don't want the relationship. You know what I mean? It's like he want all the sauce, but he don't want to put in the work that's necessary in order for the sauce to be what it is. And I want him to understand that. It's like, hey, man, you got to put in work and really understand that people don't want your biased opinion, man. They don't care about that. Hey, you need them press credentials? Hey, I got you. I got you. This is what we do. Um, this is just what we do. Definitely. This I'm gonna be at any game, I want to go to, whatever game, I'm gonna be there. I could be at the finals now, but guess what? I have multiple jobs. Multiple jobs. I have a full-time job, and then not only do I have my full-time job, but um I do my podcast. I work with the boxing voice, do the boxing voice um as well. So there's multiple streams of income, and if it's something that's major, then I'll be there. Like the NBA finals, it's not made to me. That's nothing major. I like to sit at the house and chill and enjoy it from the house and do a live show that way. That's how I enjoy it, because not only do you get the opportunity to enjoy it uh here at home, but you get the opportunity to do things that you can't do that's there at the game. Like me, I got like I love I got bottles, man. Man, I be sitting here sometimes getting lit, what I mean, by myself, doing work. But other than that, I really enjoy uh being a reporter, and that's my passion. That's what I love to do. That's my breadwinner. Um, being a reporter, and it all started in 2014. If y'all want to know a little bit about me, 2014, I was sitting down on the couch. I had an old laptop. Yeah, right. After that trash game, like, you spend money to take a flight and go all the way there, and you see a game like that, shoot. You're like, darn, man, I wasted money to see that game. Let me see. I could have sat here at the crib, watched that, did a live show, still made that YouTube money. You know what I mean? Make that YouTube money, as well, and make that Facebook money. Um, why not stay at home and make that cash and cover the show that way, and still be able to do what's necessary at home? You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. Yeah, man, my girl talk about it all the time, but it gets trouncing. Yeah, I'm trying to teach him, man. If what you drinking on, let's be honest. I'm trying to teach DB that that's why when he came to me, you know, I'm the reason why he's on YouTube now. Um, I helped this man along the way. Uh, and I want him to see the balance. Me and him had got into a heated discussion like a couple of weeks ago, and I had to back off, a little bit because for one, I thought it started to affect our friendship because I was trying to what it was I like I said I have this boxing event on July the 1st, and I had this boxing event on July the 1st, and Jen, oh God, man, oh man, I drunk that so much in college, man, that right there, can't mess with it. That's Seagram's, no, but me and him, I had a boxing event, and I told him, I said, well, DeMarcus, since you've never had the experience of actually covering an event, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to cover this event with me. And you'll get press credentials, and you'll be able to be ringside. You'll be able to do some live interviews with fighters, and you'll be able to learn how to cover a full event. And he just straight up dogged me like, I don't like that boxing, and that ain't my thing. That's you or whatever, and I'll bust your A on in any debate, and all of that stuff. And he started saying that I think I'm superior um than anybody that's on Fresh Perspective. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, like, I've been doing this for a while, you know what I mean? Like, I get paid to do this. I don't just do this for fun. Like, this is my lifestyle. YouTube is my lifestyle. YouTube cuts me a check. Voice, this cuts me a check. I get paid to do this. It's not for fun. It's not a hobby. You know what I mean? It's a job. At the end of the day, it puts food on the table. It and to me, I wanted him to understand, like, hey, bro, like, it's not that I'm superior. It's me trying to help you. Um, and you got to crawl before you walk, especially in this media world. Because if you step out there, the one time that you mess up, you would never get the opportunity again. You'll never get the opportunity again. And he wanted to come at me and was like, oh man, I got Mike Talbert, and I got Mario West, and I got all them. I'm like, well, okay. I was at Mike Talbert's event, Spade Family Foundation event, and I was looking for you. I asked you, I texted you and said, DeMarcus, where are you? And he was like, oh, I didn't get an invitation. But I was like, but you're but you're Mike Talbert's cousin. And you could go to my Facebook page if you think I'm lying, and you will see me there with Josh Norman, um, the whole Carolina Panthers team. I covered that full event for Mike. And man, let's be honest, over there getting lit, man. I need to be over there with her. um, but cover, man, like, trying to, I covered that whole event for Mike, and I was telling DeMarcus, I was like, dude, like, some of the stuff that you be spitting out, like, you don't really be paying attention, and you don't really understand and realize the opportunity that I could give you right now. But you're trying to bark and fight against me when I'm trying to help us collaborate and be a team and build a team, um, so that we could all be one. And that's what I want. But he kept chiming off about this, that, and the third, and I'm like, dude, you could just check my channel, bro. I'm with fighters. You could check my page, my Facebook page, bro. I'm with fighters. I'm with world champions. all day, every day. That's my lifestyle, dude. And I'm trying to put you in that position to where you can be around these people and you'll be able to get the exclusive content and the interviews and the things like that that you will need in order for you to progress in this media world. But when you treat people like that, you only going to go so far. And I just want him to understand that and realize that. And that's why sometimes you don't see me doing a whole lot of shows. Cam, if you watch his shows, you won't see me doing any of his, shows like that, because of that reason. Um, and it's like he wants to be the boss. He wants to be the one in control. He don't want to crawl before he walks in this game. And since he has that mentality, um, there's nothing that I could really do anymore. I feel like his growth is going to be stunted if he continue to put himself in a position like that, especially with me, because I know people in high places that can bless DeMarcus and give him the opportunity that he wants, but I'm not going to give out and give you the full sauce when you disrespect me continuously on live shows. It's like I've been disrespected on live shows with him, and I had a problem with that because I'm not that type of guy that dishes out disrespect. I respect everybody's opinion. Everybody's opinion. When Let's Be Honest tuned into the chat, everything that they said, I agree with. I respect everybody's opinion. I don't disrespect nobody's opinion at all because guess what? We're all entitled to our own opinion. Nobody's opinion is better than the next person. But you can also be real with your opinion and give facts with your opinion. And that's what I want him to understand. You have to give facts. You can't just start spitting out stuff just because you hear it on ESPN, FS1, or you hear somebody else say it. You got to do the homework. Do the homework. Study to show thyself approved. I mean, sometimes you got to take Bible verses, man, and utilize that in this sports world. You do. Like I told him, I got multiple businesses, bro. I don't just do stuff like this for fun. Like right now, I'm rocking King J Productions. And this is my video company, my video and photography company. You know what I'm saying? So I have multiple streams of income. I don't just have one particular thing that I'm trying to do. A true millionaire open up multiple doors for people, not just one door, multiple. So I'm here to help everybody. Yeah, man. Like even like Courtney, man, it was one day, and that's true, a comfortable state of mind. They're afraid to expand their mind and expand their thinking. And they hate when anytime you test someone's knowledge and you test their mindset, then and they feel as though you're disrespecting them when all you're trying to do is help increase their mind. And with people that's like that, man, it's tough because it's like I'm not trying to come at you. I'm trying to actually help you, but you're not seeing that. And like with Courtney is very, very, very intelligent. He's very smart. Um, and he's not a bad guy, but he's also the same, you know. He don't know how to voice his opinion without yelling, and that's another thing that being on Fresh Perspective, it lacks. It lacks the professionalism that it should carry. A show should be carried with structure, um and with professionalism. And that's why I can't bring on anybody. I could bring on so many people to do interviews on the show, live interviews on the show with. But I said until they get structure, just basic structure, then it won't happen at all. It won't happen at all. Like even when it comes to doing interviews, like I've never seen him. I tried to get him to conduct a small interview with a fighter. I had an amateur fighter who's not even pro. I didn't even get a pro fighter. I had an amateur fighter. I was like, dude, man, I got the questions right here. I just want you to conduct this interview. No, man, no, da 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 da, all that, whatever, you know, get mad, cuss me out, all of that stuff or whatever. And I'm like, man, you can have it, bro. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't deal with 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 small-minded guys. Um, because I'm trying. You came to me, to help you, and you're forgetting that. And when you start to forget that, and you feel like you're doing something just because you on YouTube, you're not doing nothing. To me, I said you're not doing anything until you get a check in your hand. When you get a check in your hand, then you're doing something. Until then, you're just you just doing shows for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? For the free. you know, when it becomes a lifestyle, then you're doing something. That's when you being a boss. But until then, until you reach that point and you reach that level, humble yourself. Kendrick Lamar say it all the time. Slow down. Be humble. But me either. I can't deal with small-minded people either, like that, because it's all about expanding. Even with your children, um, it's like my uncle gave me a great analogy one time. He told me, he said, if you take a child mind is like this. Like is like this. Is very big. They want to know what this particular thing is. They want to touch this, or they want to feel that. They want to know so much about what's going on and taking place in the world, because it's new to them as a child. But we as individuals and as parents, we take their vision from being like this to being very small, and we give them the lifestyle that we have, a small-minded lifestyle, instead of expanding their mind, expanding their thoughts, expanding their visions and dreams. Um, because if you take that away from a child, then guess what? A child is only going to be a product of their environment. But if you give them the opportunity to expand and to grow and to open their mind and feed themselves knowledge by reading, and come off, stop watching. You don't have to watch TV all the time. Get in a book and read. Knowledge is power. It is very powerful, because it puts you in position. It puts you in the places of where you want to be in life. And a lot of people think, a lot of successful people just say that just because, but it's actually true. Reading is very powerful. I would spend my money more so on books than I would on anything else. Period. Because it's there. If you want to hide something, especially from a black man, if you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in a book. Why? Because black people ain't gonna read. When I go to like a Barnes and Noble, and places like that, you don't see no black men in there reading. You don't, at all. You would probably see, out of 100%, you would probably see about a good 8% of black men reading, reading, feeding themselves knowledge. And that's right. A lot of people don't care to read anymore. Um, yeah, and you're right, Les. If you have to dummy yourself down to their level for them to get a point, then it's like, okay, you know what? I kind of can't put myself in that boat with you. You know what I mean? Is the perfect analogy is millionaires hang with millionaires. They don't hang with thousandaires. They don't. Um, uh, Billionaires hang with billionaires. You won't see Bill Gates hanging with a person who works at McDonald's. Nothing against McDonald's, but you won't see Bill Gates hanging out with them. You will see Bill Gates hanging with who? Warren Buffett. Why? Because he's on his level. He has the same mindset. If you don't have the same mindset, then why are we even dealing with each other? And that's what I thought when I acquired and tried to bring on DeMarcus was okay. He seems to have the same mindset. But then once you start challenging somebody, then you find out where their mindset is, and then that's when you had the opportunity to, okay, do I move on and go my and continue going my way, or can I try to help bring them on? And when it becomes a fight to try to do that, then sometimes you just have to cut people off and let them go their own way. That's what you have to do. We meet later on down the road. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's going to be it's going to be hurtful to him if he can't mend the relationship with me uh, before football season starts, because I know he's going to really be hungry for press credentials come football season. But if he can't mend the relationship with me, when he see me probably when the Falcons retire Michael Vick jersey, um, that night is going to be an awesome night here in Atlanta, and I'm gonna be there covering that game. He might be a little bit upset. Or when I go to Buffalo to cover Mike Talbert, in Buffalo, he might be a little upset then. That's when it's going to click. And that's when I wanted to click for him. That's why I'm not saying anything at all, period. I'm just letting him do him. And I'm going to just let my work show him, okay, maybe it's something that I do need to change. That's just what it is. And that's just being real. There's no other way I could cook it up and paint it. I'm here to I just want to be great. I just want to be successful. I want to be blessed. I want to make people happy. I want to help people out in this world. I care about people. Um, and I just want everybody to achieve something, um, anything that it is that they want out of life. I want to be that helper. If you're trying to start a business, like if you're trying to start a business and you're trying to put something together that you may have come to a position to where like you don't know what to do from here on out, then hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. I want to help. Like Cam, if you trying to start something and you want to get a business going or whatever the case may be, hey, I'm here to help. That's it. I'm not here to try to uh um, get advantages over anybody at all, period. Oh man, see, that's why we're gonna have to have a conversation, because I like talking to people that's very intellectual and very smart and intelligent, and who knows, um like being on that same level with that person like that, all that does is just like, I don't know, good vibes, man, good vibes, good positive vibes, good conversation, and you get an opportunity to learn from somebody who who is just as smarter than and intelligent as you are. You always gotta keep your mind open to be able to learn from someone. It's not always about uh, that one person talking so much in particular, but it's sometimes it's about listening. And if you can listen, you could learn a whole lot by just listening, and you can know a whole lot just by listening. Like me, if any of you all know Eric Thomas, um, ET, the hip hop preacher, ET, he's one of my favorite motivational speakers, and just listening to him each and every day, every single day. I wake up. I even send my mom a motivational video because my mom is just now starting a business, and I sent her a motivational video every single day, and just feeding her, with stuff that she needs in order for her to really understand what it takes to run a business. And it just amazes me to see the change, not only in my mom's mindset, but in the way that she speaks, in the way that she talks, in the way that she carry herself, and that aura that she have, and that strength that she have. Not saying that she didn't already have that, but you can see the difference. And and that's what satisfies me. That's what makes me happy, when I can see somebody making a complete change, and they carry themselves with a boss status because they know who they are. They're smart, they're intelligent, they they have it all, up here, more so than anywhere else. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame, the fortune, or whatever the case may be. It's about what you have up here, and how your heart is. If you have a good heart towards people, and you always willing to help others, that's only going to bless you in the long run. And I want people to understand that and know that. And that's why I can only surround myself with people who I want to help, uh, who I want to see be successful. Yeah, I'm trying to branch out on my photography. I have a good eye and my passion, and that's what I want to do in my life from this point on, man. Hey, guess what, Cam? Look, an eye for excellence. You tapped into the right place, man. You tapped right into the right place. You tapped right into the right place. Photography, that's what I do too as well. So whatever you need to do in photography, matter of fact, look, I'm gonna show you. You think I'm playing? I'm gonna show you something. You just tell me when you're ready to get to work. You tell me when you're ready to get to work. Whatever it is you're trying to do when it comes to photography, you let me know. You let me know, and we will make it happen. Matter of fact, uh, you could shoot me an email at jeremysportsnetwork@gmail.com. jeremysportsnetwork@gmail.com. You too, Les. I actually have your information, Les. Um, Shoot me an email, um, and we could definitely get together, and I could help you out with whatever it is you need in photography, um, and so that you could be able to. Oh man, I love Nike, man. Nike is perfect for me. I love Canon too, though, but I have like a series of Nike. Like I had the Nike D 3000. I had a Nike D 3300. The list goes on when it comes to Nike. Um, they just, I don't know. I just I just love Nike for some reason, but Canon as well though. Oh yeah, definitely less because me and you definitely got to conversate and have some good conversation because I know that's going to happen and take place very soon. I'm looking forward to that because hey, we all here to be great. I want everybody to be great. Like Lil Wayne say, it's lonely at the top. When you at the top by yourself, it's lonely up there. You want everybody to be up there. The people who you interact with and you help, build with. What? You work on cars? Okay, 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 cool. Shoot, hey, I'm coming to get an oil change. I'm coming to get an oil change. Tire rotation. For real. That's what's up though. Working on cars. Like you usually don't you usually don't get an opportunity to to meet a lot of people who are honest, especially in the car world. Okay, that'd be cool. Oh, body work. What? Okay, Cam. Yeah, definitely. Send me some. Most definitely. Oh, word, body work. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, well, check this out. I'm trying to buy probably like a it'll be I'm gonna be looking probably in the next couple of months. I'm trying to find like a well when I was in I don't know if you remember kind of like back in like 2005, um 2004, 2005, 2006 around that time, uh everybody was like getting like the Crown Vics and the box Chevys and all of that. And tricking them out, throwing the foes on them, the sixes with the lift kits, and having a beat down and tricking out the paint work on the car or whatever. Whether it was like me, I had a Crown Vic. I had a sky blue Crown Vic, and actually it was the Denver Nuggets. It was the Denver Nuggets Carmelo Anthony. I had Carmelo Anthony number, um, spray painted with the Denver Nuggets logo and all of that on the Crown Vic, man. That was like when I was in high school. Um, I was rocking that, and man, shoot, I'm trying to go back and get me like an old Chevy, right, and like hook that bad boy up, like for real. And see, Les, I see you doing that work, that body work. Shoot, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just ship that bad boy on up there and let you handle that thing. You put your magic to it, right? I'm talking about like not and I had a well, shoot, Les, man, I got some good doggone questions uh to be asking you anyway when we talk because I'm trying to do some things uh to my new car as well, and I'm gonna let you definitely give me some good advice on what it is that I should do. Definitely shortly, most definitely. I know that I need to be right now. It's like I'm not even sleepy. It's like I'm all the way up, primed and ready and I've been up since 5 o'clock yesterday morning. You work for Mercedes? Oh, that's what's up. Like I used to work for Honda. Uh, 3 years ago, I worked for Honda. I worked for Honda in Alabama. I would, matter of fact, the company was called Jefferson Southern, and what they did was they built certain car parts for Honda, um, and then I would go there to clock in at Jefferson Southern, and then I would drive to Honda in Alabama at the big plant where they actually like build the cars, the Honda cars, and everything. And you could just basically sit there and watch a car be built from freaking scratch. It is amazing. Like Mercedes is actually was supposed to be getting a company here in Atlanta. I think in Cartersville, Georgia, they were supposed to be having a company built here and starting out. So, dog, let's making that good money, man. Working for Mercedes. Shoot, 2004 Mercury Mark. Oh, oh, I definitely will. I'll check that Mercury out. Matter of fact, I can check it out right now. Oh, it got like a supercharged kit, specs. Oh man. Hey, you know what? This one's nice. I'm gonna show you this one. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna show you this one that I'm looking at right now. I should put my phone right here. I'm gonna screen share right quick. Where is it? Um, I was just looking at it. Here you go. Man, this black one, like is this one's nice. Spacious. It looks almost like my old Crown Vic, I kid you not. Oh man, this one's really tight. Oh yeah. So you'll be able to hook one up for me? Interior. The interior is dope too though. Man, why I didn't get one of these when I was in school? No, they don't know about them. Everybody had doggone. I kid you not. I think I just fell into the realm of following everybody else and getting doggone Crown Vic and Chevy. That was it. Hey, this Mercury is like dope though. Oh, I'll definitely let you know in advance. I have to check and see if it's some around my area. Oh, look, guess what? They got one for sale right now in Virginia. Man, that black one is clean. What? They're faster? Yeah, this had to be a sleeper because when I tell you nobody had these, nobody had these in. Oh man, look at that gray one. Now that's me. Now that gray one is me right there, all day. Oh, Akeem, I think I got your email. Oh man, that is me all day. That gray. Les, what you think about that gray one? Where I'm gonna have to find me one just like that. If I find one and it's uh, like a different color, would you be do like you do paint work too? Yes, I'm in Georgia. I'm actually in Marietta, Georgia. because I want to get one. If it's like, if I do come across one and I can't find the particular color that I want, that I want it to be this color right here. What? Okay, cool. You stay downtown. That's what's up. We definitely could get together and hook up and get some things going and popping, especially when it comes to this photography work. And I could throw some gigs your way as well because I do be having some gigs that I do and contracts that I have like with schools. So like Douglas County um high school and with their school bus program, have that contract with them. Every I think we do 3 events out the year. Money. I'm telling you. What? Hot rod fabrication? Hey, if that's what you want to do, do it. Do it. Do it. Expand your paper. Secure the bag. Secure the bag. I believe you can do it. I definitely believe you can do it. Go back to school and accomplish that goal. Because guess what? All that's going to do is increase your paper. That's just going to increase your paper. And when you increase your paper like that, ooh wee, nobody is going to be able to stop you. Open up your own shop. You be able to open up your own shop, man. Cut out the middleman. Be making your own bread. Don't have to worry about nothing. That's what it's all about. Cutting out that middleman. That middleman, shoot, hate having the middleman involved. But definitely go back to school and get that. Uh, you can do it. Find you a good way to kind of like balance school and taking care of your kids and all of that at the same time. Once you find that balance and that flow, oh, you're gonna be cooking with grease. Nobody's gonna be able to stop you then. Hey, and you know what? Having a women's own shop, you can receive so many grants from the United States being a businesswoman, a black woman's business owner in this world. That's why I helped my mom. And like she received grants and everything, free money that the government gives you, free money. If you start that, that'll be awesome that you would do that because it is built for women because we have a lot of women who don't own a whole lot of businesses, and so but they don't know necessarily about the grants and things that you can receive from the government that can help you, and that's major. That's major. So hey, since you've been told that before, guess what? Make it. You got to make it happen. Because guess what? Not only will you have a shop there in Virginia, you need to go on and open you one down here in the ATL. Open you one or plenty in the ATL. Next thing you know, you got you a big corporation going on, an enterprise dominating in the game. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Okay, let's be. That's what's up. Okay then. Okay, Cam. So you need a camera. Okay, camera. Hey, I matter of fact, you know what, Cam? I'm gonna shoot you an email um to where you'll be able to get a camera and you instead of paying for it in full, you might be able to flex pay on one. I think it's probably as low as probably it depends on like the type of camera you want and the accessories and all of that. Um, and depending on the price, they could definitely like set you up with a payment plan where they send you the product, and you just make the payments on it till you pay it off. Easy, easy. So I could definitely hook you up with that. Shoot you an email on that. That's nothing. Hey, we should what you never we got to get you to the A. We got to get you to the A. We got to get you to the A. We matter of fact, let me see. Whenever you get an opportunity to find you some free time in your schedule, you gotta let me know, and we gotta get you here uh, to the ATL. Definitely. Oh yeah, the food here is off the chain. Me personally, uh, I love the best place I've been to eat at is not here in Atlanta, but in New York. Like when I go to New York, they got like some of the best food. Like, oh yeah, absolutely. New York, New York got like some of the best food ever. Like when I was in Brooklyn, um, when I when I went to cover, like when I was in Brooklyn and I was covering the where is it? Oh, right here. When I went to go cover this fight, the Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman fight, and that was my first time like going to Brooklyn, right? And you just walk in the strip, and I'm talking about they got so much freaking food, like you could choose from. Um, it was crazy. And I'm talking about food was good. Like here we got like good food places. Like don't get me wrong. Really good food places. Wings, probably got like the best wings, like wing joints are here in the ATL, no lie. But in New York, man, like food wise, man, they got like some of everything there. Oh man. Hey, well, we gonna see about getting you a camera. For real, for real. Uh because that's one thing you're gonna need as a photographer is that camera though, and get you a good one. But what you gotta understand is it's not always you getting the best camera that's out there first, but getting you a good camera that can do the same thing. Oh yes, lemon pepper. Look that. Get your ass down here. Yep, you already know what time it is. Get down here. Lemon pepper wet. Yes, that is crazy. Oh man, when I tell you, yeah, like the top wing spots here, and then like I was saying, like in Brooklyn, like I kid you not though, like there, the food there is expensive. Like don't get me wrong. Like I that morning I woke up and went and got breakfast. Like I kid you not, all I had was a piece of French toast, like one piece of French toast, a glass of orange juice that was probably like this size, two pieces of bacon, and my breakfast was $16 and like 72 cents. Like you eating breakfast, you spending a dub eating breakfast. Like you got to spend a 20 just for breakfast alone. But then when you eat, But how you save money is when you eat lunch and you go to like pizza places like they're well known for like their pizzas, right? So you go there and you get a slice of pizza, like a big slice of pizza, cheese pizza for like $1. And then if you want like pepperoni or something like that, then it'd be like $2 and some change for a big slice. One slice will fill you up. Yeah, for real. That's like no lie, like 16.72 for like a piece of French toast, two strips of bacon, and a cup of orange juice. Like I was sitting there, like the waitress brought me my tab, and I'm like, no, bro, this don't belong to me. Like this got to be somebody else. Like mine got to be like $8 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't looking to pay no more than $10. But he was like, oh no, it's 16.72, and then they be like, then they had a nerve, right, to give you three options that you want to do as far as like tip wages. I was like, bro, me giving you $16.72 alone should be like a tip for me to like never come back in here and get breakfast. That means I should have ate in the hotel room or something. like for real. You right. Don't be trying to rob me, man. Folks be trying to rob you like on a real tip. Like they be trying to dig in your pockets deep. And then you already know when you up there, you gotta take a Uber and a Lyft everywhere you go, right? So like sometimes your doggone Uber ride be like $30, right? Just to go from like Manhattan back to like downtown Brooklyn. Like you're in like the inner part of Manhattan and you're crossing over the the bridge, the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridge, just to get back to downtown Brooklyn, and you're paying like $30 for like a little nice, I say 5 to 7 minute ride. Like it's not that, like for real. Like I was up there. My ride from the airport to my hotel was probably about, I think it was like $15, right? And then we had an appreciation night event that night. And when we had the appreciation event, I needed to get a Uber from my hotel room to Manhattan because the event was in Manhattan. Man, that doggone jump was like $30 plus that I seen come out of my bank account for that Uber ride. I was like, man, they gonna mess around and make me walk back to the hotel. And it was freezing. Like it was freezing up there. But so I ended up doing, paying for it anyway. But shoot, that doggone weather. I'll tell you what I did fight night though. Like right after the fight, right after this fight right here, because the fight was at the Barclays. So I walked from the Barclays to my hotel, and it was like freaking like -4 doggone degrees. Like it was freezing like crazy. And me and a partner of mine who actually tunes into the boxing voice as well, he was at the fight with me. And we was covering the fight, and we walked back. We stopped and got like a pizza, because they keep like the pizza places open for like the big boxing matches or whatever, um, because it was like after 2 o'clock in the morning, and so you had like the pizza restaurant that's open, and you get like a huge slice of pizza for like $5, and it could feed probably about three people, right? But we ended up getting one for ourselves a piece. So we went back. So we walking back to the hotel room with a big box of pizza, walking all the way downtown Brooklyn, to get back to the hotel with, freezing our butts off. And then we ain't have no like I don't even think it was a microwave. I don't know if I was so drunk or like super sleepy, but I ate my pizza. My pizza was cold, y'all. Like I kid you not. Like when I got back to the room, like my pizza was froze almost, and I just laid in the bed because I was so drunk and tired, like from walking or whatever, that I just ate that doggone pizza cold and like went to sleep, like right there in the bed, like I was knocked out. Like that was crazy, but it was just one of those nights to remember. But when you go there, you'll have a good time, like for real. Like Les, when you come here to the ATL, you talking about getting lit. Oh, we gonna be off the chain. We gonna be off the chain. You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm finna put you on for real. Cam, tell her she about to get put on when she come to the A. ATL is where it's at. We be partying like crazy here. Like for real. You never know who you gonna run into when you partying around this mug. No lie. And I'm talking about you be on Campbellton Road, hanging out on Campbellton Road. Next thing you know, 2 Chainz pull up on you. And you like, what? 2 Chainz pull up on me on Campbellton Road? Like, what? Like for real. Like that's how crazy it be. Like for real, for real. Like you never know. You never know what to expect. Like doggone tonight. Like I would be, out hanging out or whatever the case may be. But mm-mm. It was one night, I think my last night, I went out, was with my brother before he left to go to Mississippi. And we went to we had went to a bar. Um, I want to say it was Cafe Circle. Cam, I know you know Cafe Circle. You're downtown. But we had went there, right? And hung out there. And then when we hung out there, we doggone leave, right? And come back. We leaving, riding through downtown, and we come to a light. I kid you not. We was so lit. We was so lit. Let me tell you what happened. A lot of people don't even know this. But I was so drunk, I fell asleep at the doggone light, right? Somebody walked up to me, like knocked on the doggone window and was like, hey. I turned around, I looked, I was like, what? Oh, snap. So I just took off like driving. I didn't know if they were trying to rob me or what. But like it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, well, we left the club at like 1, right? We left there at 1, the bar. And like I didn't get home. Don't ask me what happened between 1 and like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I have a total mind collapse on what took place in between that time. Like you have nights like that in Atlanta. Like where you just go blank for like 4 hours of your whole life. You just went blank and don't even know what happened. You be like, what happened between this time and this time? All I can remember was doing this last. And that's how it was. Yeah, for real. Like I really had, man, shoot. I just wonder how long I was sitting there. That's the thing. Like, how long was I sitting here? Don't even know. Like, and that was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, oh man, I had to slow it down because I'm talking about it was free drinks. You know what I'm saying? So it was free drinks there. So, we was getting lit. Like, like for real. You right. I should, but listen, my doggone brother, right? This fool, he's the one who really was who was like the tore up one, right? I think it was more so of me probably doing something that I shouldn't have done. While or not, I think I had took a Percocet or whatever the case may be. Um, I don't know. Don't ask me. I was having a good time that night. Um, but we was just having some fun because it was his last night, before he left and went to Mississippi or whatever the case may be. So we was just wilding out, having a good time, um, spending that quality time with my brother, just doing some stuff, being stupid. And shoot, man, I just was like, I don't know what in the world. I was like, nah, I can't do it. Nope, not this. Nope, nope. It's gonna be a little minute for me before I turn back up again. So yeah, like I done dialed down. Ever since then, I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that no more. You right, Les. I was tripping, like for real. I was like, nope, mm-mm, can't do that. I'm talking about, dude. I was out like a light. I was like, what in the world happened? Like, I don't remember. All I know is I had a whole bunch of Hennessy and Cokes. I was lit. I was on that hen all night long. Hey, okay, tell me this. Have you ever had like a situation, right, where like you was drunk and you was like you was sleep, you know your body was sleep, but like you made it home somehow, but you don't know how the hell you made it home? Like it was one of them, like I done had like a few of those, especially when I was in college. Like I'm talking about we'll be out partying probably like 30 miles away from campus, like in a whole another city or like be in another state or somewhere like that where you be partying or whatever. And then like you'll get so lit, but you know you gotta drive back. But you're driving, but you don't even remember like how you got back. Like your body just was like in autopilot or something. But you was asleep, but you like made it back to the crib. And you like, how did I make it? Yeah, like see, you done had some of those moments before. See, it makes you wonder, like, dang, man, like, what was it that like got me through that point? Like, for real. Like, if I could just, if Cam could have been there to record it with the camera, let me see myself, like, that would have been like too cool. Hey, you're not the only one. Whoa, somebody else was driving? Oh God, see, that's where I be like feared for my life. Then, like, it's hard. Like me, I'd rather be the person behind the wheel than letting somebody else be the person behind the wheel because I just don't trust other people who got alcohol in their system to be controlling the wheel. I'm like, it gotta be me. I tell people I drive my best when I'm drunk. that's what, that's what I be telling them. Shoot, hey, getting older, and I'm sure y'all can attest to this. When you get older, it's like you can't drink. Well, me, I can't drink as much as I can. Like, I'm gonna show you something. I got a bottle of Don Julio right now in my fridge. I probably had that bottle of Don Julio for probably going on 3 weeks now. Like 3 weeks for real. And it's like you can't drink as much as you could back then. But it's like when you do drink something, you go to sleep like instant. Like especially when you're at home in the comforts of your own home. Like you can't do nothing. Like me, shoot, if I'm drinking at home, I know I'm going straight to sleep. Like whether it's on the couch or I'm in my bed or whatever the case may be, I'm going straight to sleep. Like for real. Like it's none of that wilding out partying like how I used to when I was in college anymore. It's like I can't do it no more. I tend to fall asleep like a little like I can't stay up at all. But if I'm sober as I don't know what, I could be up all night long. All night. For real. Like it's crazy though. But it's the one thing that's and you 31 and you feel it. Hey, I'm 30. What? No, I'm 29. I'm not in the 30s yet. I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 August 9th. I'll be 30. Yeah, it's coming soon. Um, but at 29, man, I feel like I done did it all and like body be on shutdown, like real quick. Like if I get a little alcohol in me, hey, that's what I need right there. One of those 5 hour energies, like for real, to like boost me back up or something. Because if I start drinking, like if I get like a couple of beers, like it was one fight we just had. It was Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez, and it was like a big Mexican fight, right? And so me, I channeled in my inner Mexican because I was rooting for Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez, and I went and bought like some Modelo's, the Mexican beer. My bad. I'm sorry. But you're not even really that old though. You're only 2 years older than me, so you ain't that old. Or probably like a year or so older. Oh, you got a Modelo right now? What? So yeah, I had went and bought like some Modelo's, right? And like those are to like those to me, like those are the top Mexican beers you could drink, right? Like to me. And so I went and bought some Modelo's and like I had like a 12 or 24 pack, something like that. Um, and so I pop one, pow, drinking. Like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Pop another one, pow, drink it. Yeah, I'm turned. I'm feeling good watching the fight. Next thing you know, I done fell asleep. I'm like, how in the hell I fell asleep off of 2 beers? Like, what am I doing with myself? Like, for real, is it me getting old? Or is it I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, I should have had like a 5 hour, like right after, or had it beforehand, and then like, how do you do it? You take the 5 hour first and then drink, or do you do like you drink and then take the 5 hour afterwards? I need to know. Like, I need the formula for real because that's why like this game. That's why I was like, I can't drink as much, because I'll be sleep. I already know. So I took like a shot of Don and called it a day. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna keep drinking. Then I was like, nah, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm good. But yeah, Les, you gotta let me know. Oh, okay, afterwards. So take it afterwards. Oh, okay. So that's what I'll do. I'll take it afterwards, and then I'll be cool to do it that way. What you do, Cam? Uh do you even do 5 hours? Oh, midway. Okay, yeah, true. Take it midway. That's what I need to do. Because I know going to going to go like cover events and stuff like that, like you get opportunity. Like when I like going to the underground, when I do the underground fight, I'm gonna have me a 5 hour with me because that's gonna help. You talking about you need to start when you drink. You might need to have two. Shoot. Have you one before and after. Especially if you doggone like I know I'm gonna have to probably keep what about red line? Have you ever had red line, Les? Have you ever took red line? I know my brother was telling me about it, and he was like, just drink it to that line and you'll be right. You don't even have to drink the whole thing. But I never did buy it though, because it was like I thought it was just mad expensive. I was like, really? That thing almost $4 or $5. I get a 5 hour energy for like $1 and some change right there at the register. Like red line is oh, energy bars. Yeah, red line is like it's like 5 hour energy, right? But it comes in like a bottle about this big, and then it has a line on it, and you just um drink it to that line, and then you save it, and then the next time you need it again to give you a boost of energy, then you can finish it off. So it's like you having two shots of energy for the price of one. But it's definitely like in like your energy drink section in the stores, in your local stores, you can find it because they're very popular. Very, very popular. Do energy bars even work? Like I think I was taking energy bars at one point in time, but I just felt like it wasn't working. Like when I was trying to like lose weight, and like getting like get back in like major shape, right? It's like I had bought like a whole bunch of like energy bars. Um, but it just for me, it just seemed like they weren't doing nothing for me. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was. Yeah, you probably won't notice it because you probably be like bypassing the price on them bad boys because you be looking like, I ain't finna pay for that. For real, that's what I be doing. So I quickly bypass one of those doggone red lines. I be like, no, boy, I ain't finna pay for that. But I heard they're really good though. Like they they work very fast. Like you take one, boom, like instantly. You be back at 100. Full go, ready. Cause like when you walk in the stores and stuff like that, like especially like drinks or whatever, and if and it's something that you're looking at in particular, and then you doggone come across that you just see one drink that's just too expensive, and you be like, nah, nope, bypass that one. I don't care what it is. I just see that price number right there, and be like, I ain't paying for that. Keep going. Oh, hold on, Cam. Red line felt like they did a little for you, cause my brother he was actually working for I don't want to say it was some tire company. Um, I don't know if it was BMW or what, but it was when he was in living in Tuscaloosa. Um, and he said he was taking them in, and they was doing him like justice. Like he was all the way back at 100, like just taking a shot of that red line. And I'm gonna try it too. I'm gonna try it. Definitely try it because I'm probably gonna end up needing it this weekend because on my full time job I'm actually on an emergency. I'm on emergency call, so I could get called in at any time. So um, and that's what I love, like making money 24 hours a day. Like even while you're sitting here, you're still making money on your full time job. Even while you're at home, and then while you're at home, you're still making money because you're doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. That's why I said, Les, we're gonna get you in school. Cam, we're gonna get you this camera so we could be making this money. We got to get this bread. Oh, them energy bars. Oh shoot, man. I already know them energy bars don't do nothing. Cause they ain't do nothing for me. I'm gonna tell you. Like when I was working at Honda, oh Les, you could probably attest to this because of the long hours. I don't know if you work like 12-hour days. Do you do like 12-hour shifts? Les, you gotta let me know because I was doing like 12-hour shifts every day for 6 days a week at Honda. Like I was getting killed and I was working like that graveyard, like that four coming in at 4 in the afternoon, getting off at 4 in the morning. Like I was doing one of those shifts, and I was working like Monday through Saturday. Yeah, so 12-hour days, right? Okay, so I was working from like 4 in the afternoon to getting off at about 4 in the morning, and then me, I was like I was a team lead, so I was leaving after doing paperwork and everything. I probably was like staying over for an extra hour, so I was always getting that extra hour overtime every night. Ooh, 9 to 9, and getting that extra hour. I mean, like it was nice. I would be, I'll go to work and be working because you basically doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again all night long for 12 hours. And so I was working in quality control. And so I was standing there like observing parts, right? And I would just fall asleep, literally like standing up, just be knocked out, passed out, and parts would just be like piling up on the line or whatever on me throughout that time that I was doing that. And I felt I used to just never, I would never get any sleep because when I come home throughout the day, it was like I had stuff to do throughout the day, whether it was like go to the dentist or like go to the grocery store or whatever, cook your lunch or whatever so you could have for work, or your dinner or whatever so you could have it for work. Like you try to knock out everything, and by the time you go to sleep, you only probably getting like a good 2 3 hours of sleep before you go to work, and then you back there again 12 hours. And it's like, oh God, like less on the like you. How long have you been working at Mercedes? Like, cause I was at Honda, man. I was there for like a couple of years, and I was like, oh God, man. Like I was making some good money, but I was just tired all the time, like that. When you be tired like that all the time, and then those breaks, like like I hate like breaking with everybody, like, and then you be getting like them little 10-minute breaks. Then you got to go right back to work. Like I was, I was like, no, I can't do this, because I'll be on break, like trying to go to sleep, and then next thing you know, you hear that buzzer for everybody to report back to the line, and you be like, oh darn, shoot. Hey, but 5 years, hey, keep it up though, making that goo up. I already know you making that bread at Mercedes, big money, and you get benefits too though. So you 1,000 though, and that's the main part. Like you got benefits for your kids, and that's the best part about it. And I'm sure you get like a bonus too, right? Like I know they hook you up with a bonus, like when they do they exceed numbers and y'all make production. I know they cut you that bonus check. So that 5 years of service, I know you be like, oh yeah, capping money. Oh shoot, hey, that's a blessing. You only work 6. Shoot, I would love that. Oh yeah, train. Oh man, you got gravy. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Talking about something like that. Nah, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it though. Get it in. Nah, see, but the thing is though, you you got stability though. A lot of people are not stable at a lot of places. So anywhere you show any job where you show a level of consistency for a long period of time, when you do go and apply for somewhere else, they know they get longevity out of you more so than anything. So that's good that you was able to be there 5 years and still continue to stick it out. Oh, Triple G. Oh yeah, shoot. His promoter, his manager, Tom Loeffler. We just recently had him on the show. Um, Tom Loeffler, really cool dude, man. Triple G was able to see Triple G when he fought Daniel Jacobs. When he fought Daniel Jacobs in New York, which I had Jacobs winning that fight. By the way, Jacobs really won that fight. Oh, that gin starting to kick in. I already know, man. That gin. Oh, that Seagram's. That Seagram's is like hands down, no lie. Like that Seagram's, you could probably be standing at my front door right there, and I could probably smell that gin that you would have in your cup. Like that's how attractive I was to gin. Like in when I used to drink so much. Oh, gee, hey, guess what? Where you gonna be at September 16th? Let me know, Les, where you gonna be September 16th. September 16th, you need to be in Vegas for the Triple G Canelo, the biggest fight of the year in boxing. We have an appreciation night, TBV appreciation night. We're gonna be right there in Vegas. It's gonna be it's gonna be lit. Um, 2K comes out. Hey, guess what? Go ahead and pre-purchase 2K and gonna book that flight to Vegas. What's your thoughts for Sun? It should have ended tonight. Hey, go on and pre-purchase your 2K and book that trip to Vegas. So Cam, you talking about the game? Um the when you say Sun, oh, the game, right? Is it Sunday or Monday that it comes back on? Well, this I like I said, in my previous show, I did before the fight. I mean, not the fight, before the game. I said that even throughout this whole entire series, before the series started, I picked Golden State to win it in 5, and it just seems to be panning out. Yeah, Monday. I thought it was coming on Monday, but I had Golden State winning this series in 5, and I think with them going back home, they're gonna close the deal. You're gonna get a big game from everybody. Draymond, Clay, KD. He's gonna be aggressive, and Steph Curry is gonna be um, knocking down those key buckets that he wasn't able to produce in tonight's game. And I just think them going back home and the crowd embracing them, and them getting it, because they did what they had to do in Cleveland. All they needed to do, even though they didn't complete the sweep, all they had to do was win one game. That's it. Just win one game in Cleveland, um, and that'll give us a 3-0 or 3-1 lead if they are able to get a home game. You remember me saying that in the show, right? I had them winning in 5. Um, but they did exactly what they had to do, and that was win one game in Cleveland. And since they won that one game in Cleveland, um, they got opportunity now to close the series out at home. And I think that's really what they want to do, is to celebrate it on their home court and defeat Cleveland. And I just think that's what it's going to be. I don't think Cleveland possesses enough. Cleveland, if you watch them play the last 2 games that they played, Cleveland had to play damn near a perfect game just to compete with Golden State in the fourth quarter. Just to compete with Golden State in the fourth quarter, they had to play a perfect game. And tonight, they had to play a very perfect game. And you're right, those calls are not going to be exactly like how they was in Game 4. And Game 4, man, like those calls going back home, because I think they kind of controlled the game early on, with a lot of those fouls that they called early on. They tried to control and dictate the pace of the game and slow the Warriors down. That's what it was. It was more so of the refs slowing the Warriors down, and them not being able to get out on transition. Offense, and be able to put up buckets the way that they do against against Cleveland. Because if you go and look at film and you watch the game, Golden State is very, very scary when they get out in transition. And when they get out in transition, that's where they get really good open looks, whether it's from the perimeter or from them attacking the basket. And they was able to Cleveland was able to take that away from them tonight. I wouldn't because they Cleveland was able to take it away from them because they was able to knock down shots. And not only was they able to knock down shots, but they was able to get to the foul line and get a lot of calls that slowed the game down. And that allowed Cleveland to play in a rhythm where they most likely are very comfortable at. And what they did throughout the East, they was able to play in a rhythm like that against Golden State tonight. But I don't think that's going to happen when they go to Golden State for Game 5. Golden State is going to win it all, and it's going to be the end of the series. No, they can't, because what was they talking about throughout these first few games was the fatigue of LeBron James. Like LeBron James being fatigued after the third quarter. Not only him, but just his whole teammates in general. So you see tonight, LeBron wasn't able to be as much fatigued because of the strong start that they had and that they got off to. And then the pace of the game is slowed down. You saw a lot of bickering and fighting and amongst each other. All that did was slow the game down and give them the opportunity to rest. That's all that was. LeBron knew exactly what he was doing. Gave them the opportunity to rest, and guess what? They could pick right back up where they left off. And it took Golden State out of their game plan of what it was that they wanted to do. That's right. Everybody was in foul trouble. Everybody. Oh man, that was sweet. Like when he threw it off the backboard, and I was like, oh, mama, there goes that man. That's what I said. Yeah, on Golden State, like LeBron threw one like off the backboard and like boom, that bad boy, like yeah, it was nasty. Set it off. Now, what was funny is I had posted a comment. It was in the fourth quarter when LeBron tried to throw that alley to Kevin Love, and Kevin Love missed the alley, and I was like, Kevin Love must then didn't know they made a movie that white man can't jump because he missed that alley. Because LeBron threw him a nice one too. Like Kevin Love was running on the baseline, and he went up in the air. LeBron tossed in the alley, and like he just came right back down. Like gravity just snatched his ass back down. Like, where you going, white boy? Come here. And he just like missed the ball, and he fell all up under the rim and all of that. I was like, come on, man, dang. You know, white man can't jump, and LeBron just threw you an alley, then set you all up for the kill. Had you thinking you was finna be doing something? The last white boy I seen dunk was Kyle Korver in Game 3, and he had a wide open lane to the basket. But yeah, like that's. I just think this series is gonna be a wrap once they get to Golden State. Nah, he doesn't. Kevin Love to me, like for one, he always getting hurt in the game. Um, but Kevin Love is outside of Kyrie and LeBron. You hands down gotta give Kevin Love being the third best player on that team, because Kevin Love, I mean, it's just something about him that you just be like, oh man, like he don't seem like he just catches you off screen. You know what I mean? Like he's not attractive to the eye when you watch him play, but he knocks down big shots, man. Like Kevin Love knocks down big shots, and he definitely um can rebound the basketball, and that's what separates Kevin Love from what's going to be perhaps a person who they trade for Carmelo Anthony. Do you want to lose a piece like Kevin Love um, to take on like a Carmelo Anthony? And we know Melo is not going to really like dominate the glass. Melo wants the balls just so he can score. He wants the ball just so he can score. So you got Kyrie, and you have who is Kyrie is very basketball dominant. Like he dominates the basketball a lot, and LeBron allows him to, but at the same time, LeBron is able to get his points as well. And when they add on perhaps like a Carmelo Anthony or something like that, then to me, I don't really think it's going to suit them as well to where everybody may think it is. Yeah, but it's crazy. Yeah, like that's what I was saying when I did a show before the game, and I was like, if Golden State sweep LeBron tonight, that man legacy is like tarnished, like for real. Like they everything that he did to this point, ain't nobody gonna ever care about it or speak about it at all. They're gonna always talk about, well, damn, LeBron, you got swept by Golden State in the finals, and they went undefeated. That's all he would have heard. Seriously. Everything else LeBron did up until that point wouldn't have mattered at all. It wouldn't have mattered. That's why I was like, dang, dude, that's crazy. But Les can attest to this. Like me, when I was watching Kobe drop that 60, right? In the last game. That's what I'm saying. Like they forgot that he got swept by the Spurs. I had mentioned that earlier. Um, in this particular show that I was doing, that he had got swept by the Spurs um easy, and then turn around and it was finna happen to him again. And I'm like, dude, like you finna be the only player to ever be swept twice in the finals. Like bad. But yeah, what was I talking about? That's I was don't I have forgot just that quick. Darn, I had forgot exactly what I was telling you. But like with LeBron, one thing that I can say with LeBron is LeBron has inspired like I was talking about Kobe. Right. When Kobe dropped 60, listen, I know you had to be watching being a Lakers fan against Utah. Um that to me right there was probably I even go back like I go back sometimes and watch this. I just watched the game, um, the whole entire game. And what I learned from Kobe that I have yet to see from LeBron is that if LeBron was in a situation like Kobe, it's Kobe done had the farewell tour, and you're at home last game of the season, and you go out and you shoot, and he started out bad, man. Like Kobe was missing like shots after shot, and he was like, "Dang, Kobe." But what Kobe taught me was that even in the midst of you missing, and you can correlate this with even in the midst of adversity, when you may think things ain't going right, that it could turn around in a matter of a second, a millisecond, and you'll be able to dominate the way that you've been putting in work and dominating behind the scenes before it all come to fruition. And I learned that from Kobe, and I have yet to see that from LeBron, because I see LeBron anytime times get hard on him, he shy away from the moment. He shy away from the moment big time. And but with Kobe, Kobe allowed himself to, even though he wasn't balling as good in game in that final game in the beginning, but when it came down, like as the game went on, Kobe just got better and better and better and better, to the point to where you're like, Kobe, why the hell are you retiring? Like, you still got it. You're still Mamba. Like, can't nobody stop you. Like, you 2-4. Like, what's going on? And when he dropped that 60, like not even that. It was they were down by 10 with about how many minutes it was to go in the game, Les? I think it was about 3 to 4 minutes to go in the game. They were down by 10, right? Kobe scores the last, I think it was 9 to bring them like within one. Then he got fouled and shot the free throw to give them um, a 2-point lead uh, after being down like that. Like, you won't ever see that from LeBron. You're down 10 in the fourth quarter. Last game of the year. This is your last game. And the way he dominated, I'm talking about knocked down 2 threes. Um, it was crazy. You're right, Les. I wish I was there in the building. Like, watching Kobe play is like, I've never had a dull moment. Like, even live. Like, watching him play live. Like that's why I appreciate Kobe to the fullest, because he come to Atlanta to where they own Atlanta, right? The Lakers, they own Atlanta. And he come to Atlanta and just, you know, I ain't gonna say chill with me personally, but getting that opportunity to like to ask him, questions and shake his hand and pick his brain a little bit, like when he used to come and beat the brake shoes off the house. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, Detroit. Detroit is gonna be good this year though. They got some good pieces, but they not. They're just not quite there yet. Not yet. Right. Like, and it's times that LeBron did take over. Like, we could go back to that Magic series. Do you remember when they was playing Orlando Magic when LeBron was in Cleveland and he was playing with Cleveland against Orlando, and Orlando had like those crazy 3-point shooters. They had like Rafer Alston, Damon Stoudemire. They had they just had a freaking squad in Orlando. Like, that was almost like a, a super team. Like, that was like the Golden State Warriors of back then. Oh, LeBron against Detroit. Oh, you talking about when he just freaking scored the last, what, 25 in the fourth? Oh man, I know exactly what you talk about. Yeah, he dominated, but that was like way early in his career, right? That was like way early in his career when he did that. but he did it though, and that's what people were getting accustomed to seeing from LeBron James was him putting on performances like he did in that Detroit series. And even in that Miami series, when he hit that big three, like that was crazy. That was crazy. I was in JR Crickets that night. I remember that one. I remember that one. Oh man, something's in my eye. I think did they even beat Miami that year? Yeah, they beat Miami. I mean, not Miami. They beat Orlando, and they had to turn around and play Boston. Hmm. Oh, did y'all check out the movie Wonder Woman yet? Les, did you check out Wonder Woman yet? Okay, most definitely. I'll be hitting you up on Twitter. But have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. Cam, you said, do I think they made him slow down? No, I don't think so. Oh, okay. Reason why I asked is we had Ann Wolf, who's a former female boxer, who was in that movie. We had her on the show yesterday, and she gave like some real strong uh points from a woman's perspective about like sports in general and boxing and politics and stuff like that, which was really cool. But let's have a wonderful morning, and talk to you soon. Okay, cool. But yeah, Kim, to answer your question, definitely, I don't think they slowed him down. Um, one thing I am worried about when it comes to LeBron is how comfortable LeBron is going to be with losing to Golden State like this. I just want to know. Most definitely get some rest. As a matter of fact, um, I definitely head out too. So, but yeah, Cam, have a good one, and I definitely be hitting you up to so we could hop on figuring out about photography. Most definitely. But this is me signing out. Peace.